Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the digital and social media news for leaders of nonprofits, churches and ministries. I'm Natchi Lazarus, and this week we have an interesting lineup of news items from Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. We're also going to look at Singapore government's initiatives for data protection. We're also going to look at the role of music in social media. This is the show where we bring you the top 5 news you need to know for this week in less than 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first big news is from Instagram. Instagram announced last week that IGTV will now support landscape videos. What that means is you can take your YouTube videos and upload them on IGTV. So far, you could not do that. You need to create a separate vertical sized video. You could hold your phone straight and record something in the vertical size, or you need to take your existing video and package it, which everything involved extra effort, editing and all that. Now you don't have to worry about that. You just take the YouTube sized video and upload it on IGTV. I think it's a good move, even though personally I like the vertical format because most people watch videos on mobile, but not all organizations can do that, and sometimes you have a good video material that's on YouTube size and you don't want to mess with that. You just want to upload it directly. In that case, this is a very welcome move from Instagram. Our next news is from Facebook, and this is a big one, so pay attention. BBC reported that Facebook will soon be setting up digital payment system, cryptocurrencies, in about dozen countries as early as the first quarter of 2020. So it's not far away. Now, what is the cryptocurrency system? It is a digital payment system where people can make payments to each other irrespective of whether they have a bank account or not. It's a separate currency system, like a digital currency. Now imagine this, with WhatsApp and Instagram both owned by Facebook, and Facebook itself is big, you are enabling billions of people literally to have financial transaction with each other. So it is a big trend. We don't know how this is going to evolve, but this is something that you as a leader of non-profit church or ministry needs to watch out for, because these are trends that could have a big impact. It could disrupt the way financial transactions are made in the digital space. So we will also watch for it, and I will keep you posted. I will also link to this in my show notes, so read about it. It's very fascinating. The next news is from YouTube. YouTube announced last week that starting August 2019, the way your YouTube channel subscriber count is going to be displayed will change. It will become abbreviated. For example, if you have 5,000 followers, it will display as 5K instead of saying 5,421. And then, the number going one by one above or below. I think channels are trying to get away from that kind of system where people are, eager to see how many numbers are there and, getting anxious about it. And so they want to standardize it. So YouTube announced that in all the, not just on YouTube itself, but also on all public YouTube surfaces, which is other programs that use YouTube API. Everywhere it's going to be displayed in an abbreviated fashion. Our next news is about Singapore's data protection initiative. Singapore has a commission called Personal Data Protection Commission, PDPC, and they have introduced 3 new initiatives to promote innovation through trust by holding businesses accountable for the way they collect consumers' personal data. So this is a trend that is going around all over the world, and governments are waking up to the fact that personal data needs to be protected. So if you remember, Europe had GDPR, which is going to be a year since GDPR was introduced, and now we have PDPC coming up with new initiatives. Similarly, you will see that happen around the world. So as a leader, you need to be aware of this trend and make sure that your nonprofit or your organization is compliant with these standards when you think of how you collect people's data, how you store it, and how you use it. Our last news is about music on social media posts. Wall Street Journal recently reported that Snapchat is having serious conversations with Sony Music, Universal Music and Warner Music about including copyright-free music into their social media posts. Now, if you have looked around, you remember that TikTok and Instagram already have this feature where people can add their music without worrying about copyright infringements. Now that has really allowed these platforms, especially TikTok, to take off like crazy. Now, Snapchat wants to do that. The reason I'm bringing this to your notice is you want to start thinking about music in your social media posts. So how can you, because I know many churches are serious about music and worship music, and there are ministries and even non-profits connected to music. So start thinking about this. There is a big trend of adding music to social media posts. Is this something that you could use in your social media strategy? Think about that. Well, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining me. If you want to dig deeper into any of the news items that we spoke about, then you can visit our news page, natchi.net/news, where we have the source links and all the other details. And you can subscribe to this wherever you're watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe so that you do not miss another episode. We release this every Friday. Please share this with other leaders who you think will benefit from hearing this news every week. Thank you once again, and I will see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, stay connected, stay blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.